Yeah, I think specifically the last 2 years, um, for good reason, they've gotten a lot more credit for what they've done. They've been more consistent. They've had a consistent philosophy. And, I know Jim Curtin's a really humble guy. And as I've heard him say, he's not a self-promoter. But I'll promote him right now in saying that he's done an excellent job, um, of implementing this new philosophy. And, also Ernst Tanner deserves some credit for coming in and, from the top, instilling, more of a pressing philosophy and putting a system into play that's very clear, which has created, I think, more consistency, continuity and consistency in their performances and results. When you have a philosophy and it's clear, then you're usually going to get better performances and usually better results. And I think that's happened the last several years. And so I give Jim Curtin a lot of credit as a leader of the team. I know he's a good guy, and I think he is starting to get more credit, whether he wants it or not. But I think people are taking notice, and he deserves it. And I think, again, it's in line with Ernst Tanner coming in and kind of bringing this philosophy to Philadelphia. And they've made some really good signings, too. When you look at, you can have a philosophy, but you still have to get signings that allow that vision to become clear. And I think when you look at the group that they've signed, it really fits, kind of their system and philosophy. And I'll give another shout out to Pat Noonan as well, because I think he's a very good, probably one of the best assistants in the league. I coached Pat at Indiana, and he's one of the bright young coaches in this league. So they're a good team. They're obviously third place right now, just behind us, a couple points. This is going to be a kind of early season fight for the top. I know they'll be eager to jump us. We're eager to jump Toronto. None of us are looking at the table, but, we want to keep fighting to move up and not down. So this is going to be a really fun game. It'll be, I think, more of a balanced game. Last game was about us trying to score and them trying to not let us score. And this will be a game where they're going to want to attack. They scored 4 goals last game. They're unbeaten in 3. And they try to disrupt you with their pressing. So we'll definitely have more time and space to play. But with that, they're more dangerous as well in the attack, and we need to make sure we're smart in how we manage the game with and without the ball. Yeah, it was kind of a funny game, this last game, because it almost felt like, in the way that they were playing and we were playing, that we were the home team. You don't usually see that a lot in this league. They were happy with the draw. You could see that. We were disappointed in a draw, even though it was on the road. So, I reminded the guys where we're at. I reminded them the good things we've done. I reminded them today, obviously, how difficult that type of game is. I can honestly say, that I've never played against a team that was that packed that many numbers, that deep. And yet we have to find a way to get at least one goal. If we want to be a team that dictates games with the ball, then we're going to have some opponents that basically beat us. We're going to drop numbers in, and we need to make sure that plan doesn't work. And we needed to find a goal, and we didn't. So we're not happy about that, but at the same time, you'll always take a point on the road, which leads back to your question at home. As long as we win at home and we steal, some draws and wins on the road, which I'm confident we will, we're going to be in great shape. And so far this year, we've gotten the job done at home, and we want to keep it that way. We're 2-0, and now we have 2 games in front of us at home. And really, when we get through these next 3 games, we're at midseason. We plan to have 12 games, is what they're saying after that. But we want to be sitting pretty at midseason, knowing that we're ready for whatever else is in store. and we've been in a good run, but we need to take care of business at home, and these next two games are crucial. Obviously Philly, great team, and then the next game, a little bit of unfinished business with Cincinnati. Yeah, I think every game, there's something different that you have to be prepared for, and it's based on the opponent's strengths and their weaknesses. So, I think when you have a team like ourselves that's very clear, we have a set system, we have a set philosophy, and they do as well. They're going to want to execute what they do well. We're going to want to execute what we do well. But also a part of the plan will be factoring in taking away what they do well, and obviously maximizing what we do well. As simple as that sounds, that's how you game plan. And, I like playing games where the opponent is very clear. I like that game actually better than playing a team. There are a handful of teams in the league that you don't know what their identity is. And it makes it really tricky to game plan for because they change every game, what they do. So we know what they do. The only problem with that is they do it really well, and they're good at executing. So as far as the details of that, for obvious reasons, I won't go into it, but that's how we're looking at this game. We want to make sure we don't lose sight of what we do well, but we definitely have to respect what they do well and take that away.